Well, moving right into the show, we're pleased to be joined by Jane Hoffman. She's from the Mayor's Alliance for New York City's Animals, and she's here to tell us about the organization's 10th anniversary, as well as some of the things that we can do to help out our furry friends over the holidays. And Jane, good to have you.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Good. The holidays are a very special time, and
Absolutely.
it's also a time for awareness for you guys.
Right.
Give us a little bit about your organization.
Well, the Mayor's Alliance is a private, not-for-profit. We work with the city. We've been doing so for 10 years, obviously. And our mission is basically to stop the killing of cats and dogs in our New York City shelters simply because we don't have homes for them. And we've been very successful at that by working as a coalition of over 200 animal rescue groups and shelters, from the ASPCA down to your local Bronx rescue groups. And we've reduced that from, unfortunately, in 2002, before we started, we were killing 74 out of every 100 cats and dogs that went into animal care and control. By the end of last year, we had dropped that to 30, and we're aiming at dropping that to 25 by the end of the year.
Now, these numbers are specifically not for health reasons. They're not like not healthy animals. These are just animals that don't have homes.
Basically, yes. I mean, what we did is we've created, animal care and control is where, by law, anyone can bring a pet. And I urge people, if you have to give up your pet for a reason, and we can, help you keep your pet if it's a specific reason you're giving it up. But if you really have to because of some life change, we really urge you to take them to Animal Care and Control of New York City, because they do have the best chance there to find a new home, to get transferred to one of these member rescue groups that will then try to find them a home as well. So one thing people can do is please don't just abandon your pets in the street. It's not safe, it's not good for them, and frankly it's actually against the law.
A lot of people are abandoning their their pets in the street. Why? Is there any particular reason why?
Well, I mean, I think it's part of the general, economic climate. People are losing their homes. But sometimes it's just a life change that was unexpected. Somebody died who was the primary caregiver of the animal, and, they feel, the family, for whatever reason, feel like they can't keep the animal. They might have a new child coming into the family, and actually, which is not true, they feel they can't have the pet and a new child. So there's many reasons. Some of them are irresponsible. They just decide they don't want the pet anymore, unfortunately. But some of them are for very good reasons.
Walk me down the street of a stray animal.
Right.
If I come across a stray animal
Right.
in the street, I just love the animals. What do I do? I mean, I'm a lover and I
Right.
see a stray, what do I do?
Right. Well, if you can safely approach the animal, I mean, if he clearly or she is happy to see you and are like, oh, thank God, somebody's going to get me off the street, taking the animal in, you can go on to the New York City Animal Care and Control website and file a lost or found pet, I should say, report. You can call 311 and get directions how to do that, but you can also just go on NYCapos.org and click on services, click on lost and found, and file a report. And recently we helped reestablish the Lost and Found program at Animal Care and Control. The Mayor's Alliance did, with the help of the ASPCA. So we're actually making matches and getting animals home. That's one of the happiest things that happen when we can return a pet to their owner. So if you find one, if you can take it into your home and hold it, that's a wonderful thing. File the report, and then somebody will be in contact with you to try to find that pet's owner. But if you can't, please take it to Animal Care and Control.
Do we see a lot of numbers in regards to lost animals? Because you always see the signs posted against a tree, posted walking down. And it breaks your heart, you know, because somebody's actually, I was walking the other day and I saw somebody like running, looking for their lost dog, and then 2 days later seeing a sign up. Are we seeing more numbers of lost animals?
There's a lot of people who lose their animals. Sometimes you drop the leash. Sometimes they get startled, which is part of one of the holiday issues we have around 4th of July. A lot of pets get lost on 4th of July because of the noise. They're just scared, they run. But, just your point about the flyers is a very good one. The most important thing is to get flyers up immediately and put them everywhere in your neighborhood. Veterinarians' offices, check with them. And the most important thing you can do is get your pet microchipped, which is just this tiny grain of rice size thing. It's injected into the neck. It's nothing worse than getting a vaccination. If the pet gets lost and it ends up in the shelter or a vet office, it can be scanned, just like a box of cereal, actually. No danger to the pet. And then that's reported back to the database that the chip is registered with. And I've seen pets go home within a couple of hours if that happens, because you call the database, they contact you. And licensing your dogs, it's the law again. It's not very expensive, and it's the dog's best way home. But cats, we don't license now, so microchipping and licensing. And we do low-cost microchipping a lot. You can look on our website.
Coming into Halloween, and you got Thanksgiving around the corner. You've got Christmas right around the corner. I can't believe it, first of all.
I know. Where did
we just got out of summer,
I know, exactly. It was just July.
I know. But now you have, the holidays. Somebody might say, well, why does that pose a danger for animals during the holiday season? And it does, but the question is why?
Well, I think you have people coming in, some strange people to your, and maybe they're strange in and of themselves, coming into your home, and doors opening and closing, they get frightened, they run out, people sort of forget about the pet a little bit. Holidays are happy times, and we're not saying don't bring a pet into your home during the holidays, but you need to be just a little bit more careful. There's more noise, there's more tumult. Just something the pet's not really used to. Open doors, gets out. Again, microchip license gives them a better chance to get home.
Big advocate there.
Yeah.
Now, what's the cost usually when you talk about microchipping? Are we talking about a large cost?
No, we're not. When we do it at our clinics and our festivals, like we were just down in Central Park, my dog loves Central Park. We were doing it for $25. You can have it done in a vet office. It's a little more expensive, but they also do it at Petco at their clinics very inexpensively. Probably in the range of $25, and it's a lifesaver for your dog or cat.
It's almost a question of why is it that mandatory? You talk about licensing now. Why would you not make something like that mandatory, given the fact that so many people are losing animals?
Well, see, that's the beauty of it. If you adopt from Animal Care and Control of New York City, that animal comes spayed and neutered, which I'd like to talk a little bit about too. Spayed and neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. So you have an animal that's ready to roll. And if you adopt from any of the other organizations on our website, members of our of the Alliance, same thing.
Well, let me let you talk about that spayed-neuter thing.
Yeah, that is the single most important thing anybody can do in the community to help us stem the killing of cats and dogs, simply because we don't have homes for them. And there's kind of no reason in New York City now not to do that, because the ASPCA runs 5 mobile spay-neuter clinics, vans that come into the neighborhood every day. 7 days a week, practically every day of the year. If you're on public assistance, it's free. If it's a pit bull mix, or a large breed dog, free. And that comes with a rabies, other vaccinations. It's the deal of a lifetime here.
But a lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people don't know that. So go to aspca.org. And, for the health of your dog, for the health of the neighborhood's dogs, it's the best possible thing you can do. We don't need any more puppies right now. We don't need any more kittens. We have enough. We'll worry about it a little further down the road if we think we're running out. But right now, people in the Bronx should go on to aspca.org, look at when the van's going to be in your neighborhood. If you're on public assistance, free. If you're not, it's like $125 for microchipping, vaccination, including rabies, and spay-neuter. And really, it's not about you. They don't care about not reproducing.
Right.
Trust me.
I gather. Before we leave, give a little bit more information for people who want to find out more about you guys and what you have to offer.
Well, we're at www.animalalliancenyc.org. We have a website that's full of information, and I'd also like people in the Bronx, there's a large stray cat population. Check out our Feral Cat Initiative website when you get on there. We do a lot of trap, neuter, return. It's great to stabilize the cat populations that are outside, eliminates nuisance behaviors, and it's great for the animals.
What are some of the biggest challenges we have here in the borough of the Bronx?
Well, the biggest challenge is you don't have a shelter. A full-service shelter. You do have a receiving center, which is supposed to be expanding their hours eventually to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, just like the full-service shelters in the 3 boroughs that do have them. But the biggest challenge is getting your pets spayed and neutered and getting them vaccinated, because we see more dog disease that could be eliminated. Just like vaccinating your children, you should be vaccinating your pets. And there's enough free and low-cost vaccination and spay-neuter available. We really, really implore people to do that.
Jane Hoffman, thank you so much for coming to share with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All righty. Well, guess what? If you want more information on the Mayor's Alliance for New York City Animals, you can check out animalalliancenyc.org, and you can get all the information you need there. Don't go anywhere, because there's going to be more open coming up after this. Stay with us.